Sky News understands Labor has struck a deal with the opposition to back the Voice referendum machinery bill. Let's go live to Trudy McIntosh. Trudy, how has this happened this morning? What's unfolded?
Look. Yeah, well, Laura, I've just actually received the details of the deal between Labor and the opposition, which paves the way for this to go through the Senate today. This has been a lengthy process for some time. There were negotiations again this morning between the Special Minister of State, Don Farrell, his coalition counterpart, Jane Hume. I'm also told that opposition leader Peter Dutton was personally involved in these negotiations. Now, it's what we reported last hour, that it includes the pamphlets, which they already gave them around a month or two ago. The Prime Minister did that deal, but it also includes the change to the DGR status for the No campaign. So that allows an organisation that gets a donation of more than $2 to be tax deductible. It's something given to the Yes campaign previously. Now it will be extended to the No campaign. I was also told that this will involve neutrality in terms of the civics campaign. This is to inform the Australians of how a referendum process works. We haven't had one since the 1990s. There's very specific things in here about funding and transparency. So we'll work through the detail of this. It's just come to hand as we go to air this morning. But this is a very interesting moment here. The coalition has now agreed to do a deal with the government that provides the pathway for this bill to get through. This was the Special Minister of State, Don Farrell, and the Leader of the Opposition in the Senate, Simon Birmingham, a short moment ago.
The amendments in this bill are important and necessary to deliver a modern referendum in which the voting processes and the experience is similar to that of a federal election. And once again, I thank my colleagues for their contribution and commend the bill.
It may not address absolutely every point that my coalition colleagues have made through this debate and in the public arena prior to it entering this chamber, but I hope that we can reach a point where there will be sufficient confidence that the process going forward has integrity, is fair and will help to enhance respect for this debate.
And to Senator Birmingham's point, what's the reaction been within the coalition?
Well, there is, make no mistake, Laura, a lot of people in the coalition, senators and MPs, who will not be happy with this deal that Peter Dutton has now struck with Labor. We saw this on display yesterday in the party room meeting. 5 MPs and senators rose to vocally oppose this, saying that they should not be doing a deal with Labor on this. We can show you who they were. It was Nationals MP Keith Pitt, Ross Cadell, Henry Pike from Queensland, Slade Brockman, who used to be the Senate President, now just an average Senate backbencher, and Terry Young. And there is plenty of others who have significant reservations about this deal being struck. The question really now turns to whether any of them in the Senate are willing to actually vote against this deal that's been reached by their leader. On that point, I've reached out to some this morning. One coalition senator has told me today that they will not be crossing the floor on this. I'll show you the quote. They say they're obviously not happy with the unfair deal put forward by Labor, but that it's better than having the Greens get their crazy proposals up. So the view from some within the coalition backbench, Laura, is the pragmatic option here is to support this deal, because then it means that what the Greens had been pushing in terms of changes to this bill won't now proceed. So an interesting dynamic at play here. A lot within the coalition have significant reservations. Don't forget, the Nationals as a party room have decided that their formal position on the Voice is a no. So a really interesting dynamic at play today.
Trudy, thank you.